So, what Senate will be looking at this week is we have 4 resolutions this week, actually. One of them may or may not be voted on, I'm not sure yet. But so, the first resolution we'll be voting on is actually one that was brought up last week regarding House Bill 1264, which is the one that would allow businesses to refuse services, specifically marriage-related services, to anyone if they felt that it was a violation of their conscience or religious faith. So what happened last week was senators said they wanted more time to go back and get their constituents' opinions on this, so it was tabled until this week. So definitely let us know what you think about that. I will also put a link to that video from last week, because I don't need to do it all again. So the other 2 things we'll be voting on, or the other 3, sorry. The other 3 things we have to vote on this week, which I will make more in-depth videos on for those, are campus spirit projects, basically putting banners up around campus to make it all more festive and inviting. Student Senate records, which in short would move our minutes and agendas and stuff into the library in the university archives, and a resolution regarding faculty senate minutes, basically asking them to post those and get those out so we know what they're doing. First, I wanted to talk about something that was brought up in our meeting last week, which was the New Hampshire Veterinary Diagnostic Laboratory. Some of you may have heard about this. It's facing some tough budget fund. It's having trouble finding its funding, and many students have expressed concerns about how this laboratory being closed or not being supported as it is now will have a negative impact on the pre-vet program here at UNH. And what I have here is a letter from the Dean of the Colleges of Life Sciences and Agriculture, COLSA, and he addresses this point, and I will put a link to this full letter down in the description if you guys want to read that. But I just want to kind of hit some of the main points of it. So basically, he's saying that this laboratory is funded by the public through payment of services. It's funded by the university, and it's also funded by the state of New Hampshire. And so its funding from the university has stayed the same over recent years, even as our funding has been cut. We currently we give this laboratory $400,000, which is about 1/3 of its operating budget. And the State Department, which is the Department of Agriculture, Markets, and Food, has had a budget cut recently, and so they will not be able to support this laboratory as much as they have in the past. So various people are working to find extra sources for the money to fund this laboratory, and hopefully it will stay open. No decision has been made yet as to what will happen to it. A few key things I want to pull out here is that that the dean is expressing is that this laboratory, should worst case scenario it closes, it will not affect the academic program largely. He says right here, the degree program will not be affected in any way. Should it close, they would look to hire a full-time veterinarian to cover the classes that are run part-time by people in the laboratory now. And the main concern is that the university at this point cannot fund a $1.2 million laboratory by ourselves. So they're working with the state, they're working to make sure that it stays open because they want it to stay open because it provides vital services to the public. It just happens to be on the university campus, which is a good thing for us. So this will be, like I said, this will be down in the description if you guys want to read the whole thing. It's not terribly long, but so that's that.